Hello everyone, this is Gomathi Shankar. Welcome to Chai with Traders. Let Chai and Chart speaks. This is a podcast series sponsored by Zebu Shares and Wealth Management. So without further delay, let's get started. In today's show, we are having a famous trader who is well known for algo trading, his articles in Quora, and you can see him everywhere in trading conferences. So he is Mr. Kirubakaran Rajendran, founder of squareofboards.in. So let's welcome. Hi Kiruba.
Hey Gomathi, thank you so much for having me in this session. I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for accepting my invite. So this podcast is sponsored by Zebu Studio and we are honored to have you here as our guest.
Thanks man, thank you so much.
So first of all, we wanted to know you as a Kirubakaran Rajendran, a normal person. So walk us through your family background.
Yeah, okay. So if I have to start, it will be like a flashback movie. In 1986 I born and all those things I don't want to start with. But to give a brief intro about my family, I know my father, he was working as a record clerk in a government office. My mom was a tailor and I have a younger daughter.
Okay.
And myself, we are the family. And I studied in government school till 12th standard and then I moved to Loyola College. And in Loyola, I studied BSc Statistics. And that is when I started to know about trading in general. So that was in the year 2007 and 8. So I slowly started to learn more about trading. And by the time I completed my graduation in Loyola, I got placement through campus placement in Infosys. So I started my IT journey there. Parallelly, I was trading. So over the years, almost after 10 years of my IT work, I thought, okay, probably I should quit my job and then start trading full time. So by 2017, I quit my job completely and started focusing on my full time trading since then. So it's been almost 7 years now since I quit my job and it's been a wonderful journey so far.
So always I used to wonder whether you are from Tamil Nadu by looking at your dressing style and your speaking accent. So which place you belong to?
My native is Thiruvannamalai.
Okay.
And but I'm born and brought up in Chennai only. So it's pakka local Chennai guy. But maybe some people say I'm
Chennai
half
city
Malayali.
gangster.
Some people say I look like a Malayali. Some people, since it is difficult to pronounce my full name Kirubakaran Rajendran, I introduce myself as Karan. So they thought, okay, this guy is from North India. But other than Hindi, nayu malume, I don't know anything in Hindi. So completely Tamil guy from Chennai only.
Okay. So recently you purchased a luxury apartment in Chennai. So and that too from your trading income.
Yeah.
So how was your feel and experience? When you started trading, have you ever thought that you will reach this level?
No, never. First of all, I never thought that I'll quit my job and focus into trading because trading in general is the most stressful job. And quitting your IT job and moving to, another stress. So IT job itself, many people want to quit and move to trading is not mainly because they love trading. It is mainly because they hate their boss currently. So if they are working in any IT profession, profession, they wanted to quit trading or join trading mainly because they don't love their job. But in my case, I really like my job. But I wanted to move to trading mainly because it gives me a complete freedom. No other profession in this world can give you such kind of freedom where trading can give you. You are your own boss. You don't need to worry about anything. Whatever the decision that you take, that is going to reflect in your trading income. So I wanted to go in that zone so that I don't need to be depend on anybody else. If I'm if I make good money, it's totally up to me. If I'm not making any money, it's totally because of my own decision. So that single oriented process approach, really I liked it. So that is why I moved to trading. But when I moved to trading, I never thought that I could make big in this trading. It's still, I would not say I've made big, but I'm totally comfortable and totally happy with where I am right now. So slowly and over the years, I started learning more about the algo trading process and everything.
Okay.
And then completely once I started trading with the full capital, I thought, okay, this is something which I really love. And taking out I had two options. I made almost 1 crore of profits in the last 1 year. So now I have whether I should keep compounding it and make more money, or I should pull out some of the profits and purchase an apartment.
Okay.
So I thought, okay, as long as that particular money is in your trading account, it is just numbers.
True.
The moment you withdraw and make some purchase, be it car, be it flat, be it plot, it could be anything. That gives you a sense of satisfaction, that gives you a sense of achievement. So the moment I withdrawn my profits and purchased 1 crore of apartment in the apartment which you said, that gave me sense of accomplishment, sense of achievement. That gave me a complete satisfaction feel. So I thought, let me try it, and then I withdrawn my profits and bought the apartment. So now, look up to it. Many people could consider that as a kind of okay, in trading also you can make money out of it. In trading is not just gambling, that is also a possibility to make money.
Yes.
So that gave a lot of perspective to new traders, upcoming traders. So that is why I took the decision.
Yes, many people got inspired, and we could see that through the lot of comments.
Yeah, right.
So this one particular question comes into my mind whenever I meet an algo trader. So that question is, algo does all the trading, placing the trades, placing the stop losses and targets, everything. So why don't you take up a job and do this algo trading as a part-time?
Yeah,
What's stopping you to get into a job?
So when I started, when I moved from job to algo trading, so I was in a two different dilemma. One thing is I have to focus full time on trading, and second thing is I want to set up a business on my own related to trading. So two things are there. So when you wanted to set up a business, like currently I'm running a platform called Square of Bots platform. It's an algo platform. So what I trade, the same algorithm is being running there. So when you wanted to manage both trading as well as a business, it is not wise to be in any kind of job and then manage both. If you are a trader and then job, yeah, it is okay, you can manage both. But if you wanted to run a business as well and then trading, then it is much better to quit the job and then move into focus on full time on what you're doing. And second thing is, even if I don't have a business, still I would prefer quitting my job and moving to trading, because the first thing which I said, because trading is the only profession that gives you complete freedom.
Okay.
I can trade anywhere, anytime. I don't need any particular boss permission, or I don't need to take any leave. The main thing is I have enormous amount of time to spend with family. So that is something which you might not get when you're in your own profession. It could be any job. But trading, like if you can make such enough money which can take care of your family, also take care of all the other things, then why should you go for a job?
Okay.
So as long as if you're not a CEO of any company, then it's still you can quit the job and move on to trading. Trading gives you freedom. So that is the only reason I moved from job to trading.
But we can see more often you are spending your time with your friends more than family.
Because friends, I showcase it. Family, I don't showcase it. So nobody knows whether I'm with the family or not. So being with family in the sense, like for an example, last month, I went on a trip with my friends, with my family to Malaysia and Phuket. The thing is, when I go with family, me, my wife and my kid, along with that, I take my friend's wife and their kid. Now it becomes a family trip, and also it becomes a friend's trip.
Okay.
You get my point. So that I manage both the things in the same trip. You don't need to take multiple trips for that. So you can manage it in such a way.
So in recent times, we can encounter a lot of market spikes. So how did your algos performed during these tough times?
See, with respect to options, and for an example, weekly options started from 2016 May.
Yes.
And it started only with Banknifty. And by 2019, it started with Nifty. 2021 started with Nifty, and then it came Sensex, Midcap, and all 5 days expiry came in.
Yes.
If you go and check the historical data from 2016 to 2020 or 21, only Banknifty was there, and by 2019 only Nifty was there. Everybody was easily able to make money with the time-based straddle or strangle. You call it as 920 straddle.
Okay.
Because the kind of participation that was happening in option selling was very, very minimal. Post 2020 or 21, after the COVID, lot many people came into the markets, and lot many YouTube channels came in teaching about trading in general, options trading in general.
Yes.
So slowly the number of participants who were coming into options trading gradually increased. So when more number of people is fighting for a single fruit or single prize money, obviously the overall market regime will change. So from 2021-22 onwards, market regime started changing slowly, because all 5 days expiry was there.
True.
So when you have 5 days expiry from Monday to Friday, the overall market regime will change drastically. So because of that, when large number of concentrated orders happens on a 0 DTE, obviously there could be such kind of spikes that happens mainly because it starts hitting a stop loss at one point. That creates a cascading effect and eventually the spike happens. If you notice all the spike, it doesn't last more than 30 seconds. It goes up and comes down within a short span of time because it hits all the stop loss and comes down.
Okay.
So with respect to how I handle these kind of spikes is mainly when you put a stop loss, no matter where, 20%, 30%, 40%, obviously it is going to get hit.
Yes.
Instead, mainly you are using stop loss to control the risk.
Yes.
How do you control the risk other than using a stop loss? Use hedge.
Correct.
Right. And the second thing is track the underlying. Mainly when you're trading with Sensex options, Nifty options, whatever the options it could be, based on the underlying, the respective option moves, right? So when these kind of spike happens, if you notice the overall underlying movement, it will not be much. It will be very minimal. But on the premium level, the movement could be there. So what I thought is, instead of using a stop loss on premium, let me use stop loss based on underlying and use a hedge to protect your overall loss. So this way, when these kind of spike happens, I don't get affected because my stop loss is not there in the system. My stop loss is there in back trend which is running to track the underlying. Only when there is an actual movement in the underlying, then my stop loss gets triggered and then it gets exited. So this way, I'm totally avoiding all the spikes. So I never got caught in the spike so far.
Okay. So
this is how I manage.
Okay. So what is your current trading capital?
So it is approximately, as of today, it is 1.53 crores.
Okay. And what is your average monthly returns?
It varies. Like you can't say, similar to your job income, right? Because no matter what, whether every day, every month, at first of the beginning of the month, you're going to get the same salary, how much ever the effort that you put in. But with respect to trading, it is going to vary totally. Some month you might make 3%, some month you might make 5%, some month you might make minus 2%. So that will keep on varying. But my expectation is to make 30% on an annualized basis.
Okay. So you are into algo trading. So how often you will tweak your strategy?
Tweaking the strategies happens when you focus too much on your everyday execution. Say for an example, there are two guys. Okay. Guy A is also trading the same system. And this guy is also trading the same option selling. Both of them doing an option selling system. Okay. End of the day, this guy is making 10,000 profit. And this guy is also making 10,000 profit. But this guy is happy, but this guy is not happy, even though both of them are making same profits. You know why? What could be the reason?
Greed.
So what happens is, when you trade on a real time, you don't just start in the morning and close in the evening. You keep checking every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? So the MTM will keep fluctuating.
True.
So at one point of time for this guy, the overall profits moved from 100, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 9,000, 10,000. By market closed at 10,000. He is happy because he closed at the top.
Correct.
This guy, he made 1,000, 2,000. At one point of time in the afternoon, it went to 20,000.
Okay.
And then slowly he lost some 18,000, 19,000, closed at 10,000.
10,000.
So at one point of time, he saw it is 20,000, but closed at 10,000.
Correct.
So even though both of them were making same profits, this guy is not happy because he thought that he has lost 10,000 rupees of opportunity. So how do I grab the 20,000? Now we will go and start tweaking the system. So now he wanted to capture the 20,000. So he'll start changing the system parameters. But when you're back testing, you are not tracking minute by minute, right?
True.
You're just checking, okay, overall yearly results this much, monthly results this much, you're going ahead with it. So when you give too much importance to these kind of MTM fluctuations, these tweaking happens. So this tweaking thing, it is a never ending process. You always keep changing your parameters. You always keep changing your stop loss in order to get the maximum profits. That is never going to happen in trading. So with respect to my trading, I never tweak my system. I just have a core logic which is universal. For an example, trend following.
Okay.
Trend following is something where you buy higher and sell even more higher, right? Mean reversion is you buy low and sell high. So these kind of, when you create a trading strategy based on core logic, you don't need to tweak too much about it. You just have to be okay with losing certain profits on the table. So with respect to my overall trading journey, I never tweaked any kind of system. I might add new systems into my portfolio, but I will not tweak existing system.
Okay. So one thing I wanted to ask you, you are an algo trader. So your system stops once you lose 1 or 2% in a single day. And your system keeps performing when the market is going in your favor. So what is your biggest profit you made in a single day?
So biggest profit that I've made so far in a single day is around 8.5 lakhs in one day.
Okay.
Which is with respect to option selling plus option buying.
Okay.
And the maximum loss that I've faced in a single day is approximately 3 lakhs in a day.
Okay.
So it is almost more than 1:2 risk reward ratio, which is I follow. So these kind of huge returns that you get doesn't happen every now and then, but when it happens, you have to take that trade. So you have to be there, right? So that happens rarely when there is a big movement in the markets.
Okay, so currently how many strategies do you deploy?
So currently I'm running 2 different strategies, option buying and option selling. And option buying happens on all days. Option selling happens only on expiry days.
Okay, so we have seen a lot of algo traders, they are deploying more than 10, 20 strategies at the single time. So you are a guy who's deploying only 2-3 strategies at a time. So how is it?
So that is what it depends. See, we are trading your market belief, like what you believe in the market. Say suppose there are n number of trading strategies out there. So strategies based on super trend, strategies based on CPR, strategies based on Bollinger trend, multiple things are there, right? So you can create maybe 30 strategies, 40 strategies and club together and run as a basket of strategies.
Okay.
But if you don't have a belief mechanism in those strategies, so what happens is at back to back when you face 3 or 4 consecutive losses, then you tend to avoid the 5th trade or 6th trade because you lose conviction in that system.
Okay.
So people who are deploying 20 strategies or 30 strategies, it works for them. It might not work for me. So that is why I wanted to make it to a maximum 3 or 4 strategies. I just wanted to cut it short. I don't want to run multiple strategies. But still, if I sit and dig deep enough, if there are multiple alphas that is available, probably I wouldn't be hesitant to add those strategies. So it is totally up to the individual's belief and individual comfort system. So for people who are really comfortable with it, they go for multiple systems. I know some trader who is trading only one system and they've been trading the same system for the last 14-15 years.
Okay.
So that also happens. So it is totally individual perspective based on what we believe in, based on which is giving you the much conviction. You trade those strategies.
How do you handle your streak of losses? Whenever you are in a drawdown phase, do you feel like quitting trading or do you feel like I should change my strategy altogether?
See, with respect to any profession you take, okay, and you put in so much of effort with respect to any kind of profession, and you put in an effort and you expect certain reward from it, you expect certain outcome from it.
Okay.
And in any kind of profession, you could immediately see the outcome. It isn't favorable for you or it is not favorable for you. Even though you put in a lot of effort, but still if the outcome is not as expected, what you were expecting in other profession, it could be mainly because of other things. There could be office politics, there could be other people who's taking your seat, multiple things is there. With respect to trading, you are fighting with yourself. It's a lonely profession. So you put in so much of effort, which is only visible to you, not even to your spouse, not even to your close circle.
True.
So when you put in so much of effort and then still if you're not able to make money from that, it puts you into a lot of pressure. So every trader will face that one specific point of time where they wanted to quit that profession and move on. So definitely it will happen to every single user because the kind of stress that you go through, because you cannot share it with your spouse, you cannot share with your friends, nobody knows about trading with your friend circle. So when you're fighting so much with respect to trading for a long period of time, at one point of time, even I had the same scenario, what I wanted to quit trading and move on. Because I've put in so much of effort, I know everything what I'm doing is right, but still I'm not able to make money out of it. So this happened in 2014 or 15, I think. During that period, the same burnout thing happened because I was putting 8 hours to 9 hours every single day. That was the time I started learning about AMI brokers, started coding myself. I've created multiple strategies. Even I've saved one strategy as lifechangingafl.com. I mean, the overall file name.
Okay.
Because I thought the backtest is so good. That's all. Tomorrow I'm going to my office, quit my job because this backtest system has given me so much of profits.
Okay.
So I've saved it and then I thought, okay, before I go and tell my manager, let me check once more.
Okay.
Then when I checked once more, there was a single calculation mistake where instead of 15% profit, it was showing 150% profit.
Okay.
So the mistake is at my end, but the effort that I put in for that point of effort was so huge. So that day I took my car, went out. It was raining. It was drizzling, lightly drizzling. I went out a car, parked next to my apartment. It was just away. There was a small park.
Okay.
And just parked it near a lamppost.
Okay.
I still remember that day. I had a wine in my car.
Okay.
I just had the wine and I almost cried for 30 minutes in my own car. Nobody was there. It was full of raining and I did not even switch on the wiper.
Okay.
So the overall crying was intensified looking at the rain. So for 30 minutes I cried and then I consoled myself. Okay, somehow whatever I had tried, I've come almost 80%. Probably 20% something I'm missing. I need to figure it out. If I stop it right now, the kind of effort that I've put in for 6 years, 7 years will go waste. So I again went back to my drawing board and again started starting from the scratch. Again, I started it. And then it took me next 3 hours to quit my job itself, where I quit and then started becoming a full-time trader. So there will be a breaking point for every trader. At one point of time, it will happen. But if you give up, definitely when the opportunity comes, you will not be there. So these kind of phases, you have to go through it. You have to come over it. And once you go through these kind of phases, any single drawdown phase or any single losing streak phase will not burn you out. It will not put you down, because you have gone through the biggest downside of your circle. And the other thing is will be very minimal. And as long as your loss is very minimal, you can easily come up. It is like falling from, like everybody will fall from a building.
True.
Say if you're falling from a first floor, probably you'll have a small wound. If you're falling from a third floor or fifth floor, you will have a fracture. It might take 1 month or 1 week of time to recover. But if you're falling from a 20th floor, you're definitely going to die. So how much you're losing your money, that depends upon how much you're going to come up quickly. So if you're losing considerable amount of money, it is very hard to come up. But if you're losing very little amount of money, these drawdown phases, you can easily recover from it.
Okay.
So end of the day, it all depends upon how much you are risking in each and every trade, how much you can afford to lose. That is, as long as that is in your control, the drawdown phases can be easily handled.
Okay. So for a normal retail trader who doesn't know anything about coding or backtesting, what he thinks will be like algo traders are making good money, making consistent money from the market. Since you are algo trader, I wish to know how difficult is algo trading.
See, everybody has this myth around algo trading that algo trading is a money-making machine.
True.
They think that, okay, I'm not able to make money. Probably the machine could make money.
Yes.
So they'll come and subscribe to any kind of algo trading services, expecting it to make money. But algo trading is as good as the person who's creating that algo.
Okay.
Algo is nothing but you derive certain rules. So, okay, if a particular stock goes above 200-day moving average, I'll buy it. If it goes below 200-day moving average, I'll sell it. This is one precise rule. So the same rule, a guy who's trading manually is going to trade it.
Yes.
How algo trading could help him is, if you look back in your overall trading journey, and if I ask you when was the most memorable day which you have seen where you have lost considerable amount of money, it is mainly because when you go into a panic mode. You would have taken a position, market is going quickly against you, and you get freezed. You are not able to take any trading decisions because you are not knowing what needs to be done at that point of time.
Okay.
So every trader will get into a panic mode when they do not know what they are supposed to do. Algo trading is giving a set of process. It tells you all the worst case scenario. Market if goes down 10%, if moves up 10%, if it goes in sideways, whatever the different scenarios, you are well prepared what needs to be done because the rules are given.
Yes.
So algo trading helps you to control the emotions to a greater extent. It will not remove the emotions. And once the panic mode is removed in your equation, then you will not, even you know exactly what needs to be done when something goes against you, right? So the overall trading process becomes easier. So when the trading process becomes easier, you will stick to it for a longer period of time. And once you stick to it for a longer period of time, you become a disciplined trader and you eventually make money out of it. So it's kind of an overall process that makes the overall trading much easier.
So in algo trading, many people think that you just switch on your algo, you start your algo and just you walk away from screen. You can have a good time during the market time. You no need to look at the screen. And then you come back at 3:30 and you just check whether you are profitable or not. Is it like that, or you should be seated in front of the screen from 9 to 3?
Now, to a certain extent, I would agree, but to a certain extent, I would not agree to it because you are doing algo trading mainly to stay away from the screen. Yes. I came to algo trading because I hate my overall trading, looking at the monitor from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, looking at the charts and trying to make decisions. Because people who do that, they eventually burn out at one point of time. So I mainly moved to algo trading because I wanted to automate this decision taking process.
Okay.
Once you take that and once you automate it, automatically based on whatever the conditions that you get, the order is going to go through.
Okay.
But you cannot just switch it on and go to a beach, you go to easier, enjoy yourself and come back and look at the profits that you made and happy about it. Because there could be n number of n points that can go wrong. What happens, the order that you fired is not executed by the broker because of some broker glitch. What happens if your server goes down? Or what happens if the data feed, the LTP is not getting updated? Or what happens if the exchange itself goes down?
Or there is an internet connectivity problem.
Yeah, so there could be multiple things that can go wrong, not with respect to your algorithm, but with respect to multiple dependency, because you need to rely on broker, you need to rely on exchange, you need to rely on service, multiple things are there, right? So what I did myself was, I'll enable all the errors which is automated. It will directly send to me in my Telegram alert. So if something goes wrong, immediately I get a notification. So I don't monitor my overall trades, but I always make sure that I have internet, even if I'm traveling, even if I'm going for any other road trips or anywhere. I just make sure my internet is connected, because it helps me to notify if there is any errors. If there is any errors, I have certain mechanism in Telegram itself where I can switch on, switch off, or stop the algorithms from a Telegram itself.
Okay.
So this way, if something goes wrong, I have the complete control in my hand. So this is something very essential. Most of the algo trader does this, so that if something goes wrong, they should be there, take over the algorithm from manually and then stop it or restart it. Whatever that they can do it, but you cannot just put on an algo and go to an holiday and come back and make money out of it. So there should be certain monitoring that is required.
Okay. For any algo strategy, what should be the ideal capital required?
So it depends. Like if you're trading with cash market,
Okay.
so you can do algo trading as minimum as 25,000, 50,000 also.
Okay.
If you're doing with options trading, you can do it with 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs.
Okay.
If you're doing with stock futures, you can do it with 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. So it is totally dependent upon the kind of trading strategies that you do.
Okay.
So you can do as little as 50,000 also, you can do it. Because
Okay.
basically you are trying to automate your own trading strategy, right? So if someone is trading on a cash market,
Okay.
you don't need much huge capital. You can trade with 50,000, you can trade with 25,000. So whatever the capital which you're trading manually, the same capital is required for algo trading. You don't need additional huge money. Earlier, you might need so much of money in order to set up the infrastructure. When I started algo trading in 2014-15, I spent almost 1.2 lakhs in setting up the overall server, getting the license from Symphony and everything. And every month I used to spend 10,000 rupees for the data feeds and everything.
Okay.
Now every broker is providing API, and the overall automation is much easier. Multiple no-code platforms are available. So it becomes much more easier to run the overall algo systems currently versus 10 years ago.
So do you think discretionary trading will survive in coming years, or what do you advise the beginners who are just getting started to trading? Should they start with discretionary trading, or should they start with algo trading right away?
Yeah, see, there is no question whether discretionary trading is working or algo trading is working. Both the thing works. Even the greatest trader, George Soros, he is also a discretionary trader. He takes decision based on how the overall macro environment looks like, how the overall market moves, and then he takes decision. That is how he made billions of dollars with respect to his overall trading.
Okay.
So trading with respect to discretionary, with respect to algo trading, both works. But with respect to discretionary, at what cost you are making that money. Say suppose someone is making 5 lakhs a month.
Okay.
And he is making that money through discretionary, where he has to sit from morning 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, and he takes a trading decision and accordingly makes it 5 lakhs.
Okay.
And same during the same period, if I'm making only 2 lakhs, but if I'm not sitting in front of a system, I don't monitor the trades, everything is completely automated through algo trading system, then I would prefer this 2 lakhs, even though it is lesser than 5 lakhs, because here I'm getting my time in hand. From morning 9 to 3, I can do anything. I can read a book, I can watch a movie, or I can take any other classes, I can join for it. So my time is efficiently used for the whole month. So for that, I'm okay to make only 2 lakhs. But if you are giving 5 lakhs, I mean, if a discretion trader is making 5 lakhs, but he have to be in front of the system from 9 to 3, then he doesn't have time in his hand. So I value time more than the money. So that is the main reason I came to algo trading. So you ask yourself whether if you wanted to be in this profession on a long run, are you okay to spend time? Some people really like spending time with respect to markets. They really like observing the markets.
True.
So they for them it is okay to spend. For me, I don't really like markets. I like making money from markets, but I don't like sitting in front of a system from 9 to 3. So that is the major reason I shifted to algo trading. So if someone is starting new, you prioritize based on your preferences, which one would you like, accordingly you move.
So basically you hate technical analysis.
Yeah, technical analysis. I don't like chart, drawing a chart, doing any kind of trend analysis and all those things, because see, end of the day, everybody is here to make money.
True.
Okay. And whether it is from technical analysis, fundamental analysis, data analysis, it could be anything. Whatever works for you, you just follow it, right? So just because I don't follow technical analysis, I can't say technical analysis is bullshit, it is not going to work. It'll work. Obviously, technical analysis will work, fundamental analysis will work, everything will work. It is totally dependent upon the trader who is trading that kind of methodology. So for me, I mostly prefer the data analysis oriented approach, where I don't want to sit and analyze the charts, because I've almost spent 6 to 7 years of my life analyzing the charts only, spending so much of time in the markets only. At one point of time, looking back, I realized, okay, it's been almost 6-7 years that I'm spending looking, reading everything about the markets, and I'm losing my time with respect to family. So that is when I thought, okay, I need more time with family, more time with friends, less time with the markets. The only way is to automate and move on. So that is the major reason. And second thing is, algo trading is not like, as I said, it is not like a money making machine. It is not Ferrari is not the one which has won the first F1 championship. It is the Michael Schumacher who was driving that Ferrari who won the championship. So it is actually the trader who is trading the strategy who is reasonable for the overall profits or loss he is making. And so if you can't just blame a strategy for not making money, or you can't give a credit to a no trading strategy for making money. It is totally up to the user's individual perspective.
Okay. So being an algo trader, you used to backtest a lot of strategies, a lot of indicators. So can you throw some light on indicators? Which indicator which you have backtested has more efficiency in technical analysis?
Super trend, undoubtedly, because super trend is the one which I started trading initially with respect to backtesting, because in 2014, market calls Rajendran. He was the prime reason for what super trend is currently so much famous with respect to many traders, because in his website, marketcalls.in, if you go and select Banknifty or Nifty, in his webpage, every 5 minutes, there will be a chart of Banknifty that keeps getting refreshed. So I used to go to his site and see whether the signal is buy signal or sell signal. If it is buy signal, I'll buy a call option. If it is sell signal, I'll sell a call, buy a put option.
Okay.
So slowly, so many people started observing that chart. Okay, there is a chart. So usually there will be a chart, trend lines will be there, but this guy is showing buy arrow, sell arrow. So it becomes much more easier. So it gave me a kind of a curiosity, okay, I should learn more about this. And that is when I started learning about Ami Broker by myself and started backtesting multiple strategies. So I ignored all the indicators.
Okay.
It is like Bollinger Band, RSI, MACD, every single indicator I backtested. But super trend is more efficient because it is giving importance to price and volatility. So if someone is trading just with super trends, he can still make money out of it. There will be some whipsaws, but still on the long run, it is having a positive expectancy. I have backtested it.
So even now, do you feel like super trend is more efficient than other indicators?
Super trend is more efficient with respect to stocks, not with respect to indices. Indices used to trend a lot earlier, but after the weekly options, the number of trending occurrences in indices has gone down drastically. So if you are applying the same super trend on a daily time frame or a weekly time frame with respect to positional basis on stocks, it works beautifully.
Okay. So we have seen you backtesting a lot of strategies in indices, especially only in indices. What's stopping you to backtest in stocks? And you have never traded in stocks.
Yeah.
So what is the reason?
See, with respect to stocks, you need a different approach.
Okay.
Say, suppose you have a trading strategy.
Okay.
And that trading strategy, if it gives you a buy signal, if you are trading Banknifty, you will just buy Banknifty.
Okay.
If the trading strategy is giving you a sell signal, you will sell Banknifty. Right. But when you're trading with stocks, there are 180 F&O stocks.
Okay.
And in that 180 F&O stocks, if you run the same trading strategy, it might give you a buy signal in 100 stocks.
Okay.
And remaining 80 stocks, it can give you sell signal.
Okay.
How will you place a trade for 100 stocks or 80 stocks? It is not possible. And second thing is, you wanted to cut short it to 5 stocks or 3 stocks or 2 stocks.
True.
So how do you pick those out of 100 signals? How do you pick those 3 stocks or 4 stocks or 5 stocks? Again, you have to implement momentum ranking mechanism.
Okay.
So you have to apply altogether a different momentum rules in it, which should tell you what are the best 5 stocks or worst 5 stocks. And accordingly, you have to do that and invest in it or trade in it. And the position sizing also varies. Some stock will be trading at 2,000 rupees. Something will be trading at 200 rupees. And based on your capital, the number of shares varies. So there are multiple things you need to implement in order to run a stock-based system.
Okay.
But with respect to index, it is straight away. It is plain vanilla, much easier to manage it. And moreover, the volatility with respect to index is much lower than the stocks. You can see a stock gapping down 10% or 20%, right? So the kind of volatility also matters. With stocks, it is much lesser. And moreover, now I'm not trading on the futures. I'm trading on the options.
Okay.
So when you're trading on stock options, even though 180 stocks are there in F&O, hardly 10 stocks will have enough liquidity.
Okay.
So it is difficult to do a stock options, and moreover, stock options doesn't have weekly expiry. It has only monthly expiry.
Yes.
So my strategy works only with weekly expiries.
Okay.
So altogether, I have to create a separate strategy for stocks approach. So that is why I thought for now I don't need to do it.
So you backtest a lot of strategies and a lot of datas about market. So share us one backtested result which fascinated you much. Whether it is about a strategy or whether it is about an indicator or whether it is about the market itself.
See, the main fascination came in when I started trading this 920 short strategy in 2020 end.
Okay.
So when I was accidentally backtesting a strategy where you short both call option and put option and use a random 25% stop loss, that was making huge profits.
Okay.
So I never thought such a simplified strategy could give you, such kind of outstanding returns.
Okay.
So all you're doing is you're shorting call option and put option at 9:30 in the morning, and then closing it in 3:20 in the evening, where you are using 25% stop loss on call and put. That's
Okay.
all, right?
Okay.
But it worked beautifully mainly because the core underlying logic is market either it has to move up or go up or it has to go down.
Yes.
If it moves up, the call option stop loss will hit. It moves down, put option stop loss will hit. You're going to make money out of it.
Yes.
So when I first backtested it in 2020 or 21, by that period, market was like that. It either goes up or it goes down.
Okay.
But now it is like it will go up and go down, and it will both the call option
In
and
no
stop loss
time.
and put option stop loss. But earlier it was not like that.
Okay.
So when first time when I backtested that, I thought, okay, such a simplified system can give you good returns. Same goes with respect to stocks. With respect to stocks, you run a momentum ranking mechanism. In the last 1 week,
Okay.
take Nifty 50 or FNO stocks.
Okay.
The last 1 week, check which are the top 5 stocks that has moved up the most,
Okay.
and which are the top 5 stocks that has moved down the most.
Okay.
Take those stocks, and those 5 stocks which has moved up the most, you buy it on Monday. You do this analysis on Friday evening. So whatever those stocks, top 5 stocks, you buy it on Monday morning, and then sell it on Friday evening. That's
Okay.
all. You repeat this exercise every week, where you have to spend only 10 minutes of your time finding out what are the top 5 stocks that has moved up the most in selected universe. It could be Nifty 50, Nifty 500, FNO stocks,
So
anything.
that should be chosen based on weekly top 5 gainers or?
Last 1 week, because you're holding it for 1 week. So for the last 1 week, how much it has moved. So
Okay.
the top 5 you hold, take it and then invest on a Monday and sell it on Friday.
Okay.
So this is one simplified, back-tested approach which I've seen it works well.
Okay.
Where if you have 1 lakh of capital, put 20,000, 20,000, 20,000, 5 stocks, 20,000 in each. No stop loss, no targets.
Okay.
Because you are allocating very minimal portion of your capital in each and every stock.
True.
And you are investing only in Nifty 50 or FNO, which is considerably good stocks.
Yes.
So you're selling it by Friday, no analysis, nothing, no charts, no big analysis, no big interventions at all. Monday morning you're buying it, Friday evening you're selling it. This also works beautifully. So these two things are something which I've backtested personally and I've seen it's work well. Maybe the 920 might not be working as good as that, but stocks really doing well.
What would be advice for a beginner who is just getting started to trading?
When I started trading 14, 15 years before, the problem that I faced was there was no enough resources. How
Okay.
do I learn trading? How do I learn all this algo tradings and everything? There was no resources.
Okay.
But for current people who are getting started with trading, the problem is there are ample of resources. Just you go and Google, type anything in trading strategies or options trading strategies in YouTube, you will see hundreds of videos. So,
And
when you
noise
have-
as well.
Yes, when you have ample of resources, it is very hard to find which is the best thing.
True.
So what you have to do is focus on the foundations, focus on the basics first. So
Okay.
just because someone says that, okay, this specific trading strategy has made 300% returns, don't go for that. Don't go for any video which talks about this much strategy, that much strategy. Because the current problem is not, you can find easily n number of trading strategies. But finding a trading strategy which is suitable for you should be the topmost priority. Suppose a guy who was working in a 9 to 5 job, who's completely busy, who's completely occupied with back-to-back meetings, even though he is seeing a particular profitable trading strategy in YouTube, which is making 30%, 40%, 50%, even if he follows that, he would not be able to stick to it because his profession is like that.
Oh.
His profession demands his time where he can't focus on trading.
True.
So for him, it is much better to focus on trading strategy, which is positional in basis, swing trading in basis,
Okay.
where you don't need to spend so much of time. So you have to find out what kind of trading methodology is suitable for you, and then start digging down and learn more about that specific trading methodology and go about it. Instead of relying directly on anybody who is suggesting any trading strategy, find out which is suitable for you and then accordingly go with that. That will help you to stick to that. The main thing, once you stick to a trading strategy for long enough, definitely you can become successful in it.
Okay, you were a working professional earlier. You were working in a IT job and then you shifted to a full-time trading. So, at what point a working professional right now should take trading as a full-time career? Is there any specific figure or anything, any parameter for them to judge that this is the right time for me to start full-time trading?
See, don't come to trading. Don't quit your job and come to trading expecting to make money from your first month itself.
Okay.
Just make sure at least first 2 years, before, first of all, before you quit your job and come to trading, make sure you're already profitable doing part-time trading.
Okay.
If you're not even making profits with part-time, it is very difficult to make profits in full-time.
Okay.
Even in case if you make good enough profits in the part-time, and the moment you come to full-time, the kind of pressure that you face will be enormous, because earlier you were getting a X amount of money every single month. Now you have to pay rent, you have to pay EMI, you have to pay car loan, personal loan, so much of commitments will be there.
Yes.
So when you have to make X amount of money every single month, only then if you are able to feed your family, then that kind of pressure is so huge. So first and foremost thing is, every successful trader who have become a full-time trader, they were not dependent on trading income, at least for the initial few years. So when I quit my job and came to trading, I kept aside at least 2 years of monthly expenses.
Okay.
So this is the total rent, this is the overall EB bill, this is the gas bill. I was doing a rough estimate and kept aside 2 years of my overall expenses.
Okay.
So I thought, if I'm not able to make X amount of money in the next 2 years, I told my manager I'll come back to job.
Okay.
So you have a safety net. Keep all the expenses aside and make sure that you are able to make enough money within that 2 years or whatever the number of years which you have kept as expenses.
Okay.
And eventually, once you don't have that pressure, because 2 months you're not making money, 3 months you're not making money, still you will be able to trade on the 4th month, because you are not dependent on your trading income.
Correct.
So initial period when you're quitting your job and coming to trading, make sure you have enough expenses aside.
Okay, so let's say somebody is getting into full-time trading. So what should be the decent capital?
It is totally depend upon his overall monthly expenses. Say, my brother-in-law, he stays in a remote village. And his overall monthly expenses is 15,000. Would you believe?
Okay.
With 15,000, he is having 2 kids and he is having a family, a nuclear family. But he is not he doesn't need enough so much of money in order to do manage his day-to-day living expenses, because he has his own farm. He has his own vegetables growing. Everything is growing on his own place. And max to max when he is going for cinemas or when he is going for the fuels and little groceries. So within 15,000 to 20,000, he can easily manage his overall family expenses.
Okay.
So based on that, if you are a kind of guy who's living in Bangalore, Chennai, this kind of metropolitan city, obviously your expenses is going to be much higher.
Okay.
So whatever your monthly expenses, accordingly only your overall trading capital that is required. If your monthly expenses is extremely low, your trading capital might not be much higher.
Okay. So any particular figure for full-time trading?
No such figures. For some people it works with 10 lakhs. For some people it has to work with 1 crore. For some people it might work with 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs. It could be anything. So it is totally dependent upon each and everybody's individual expenses.
So what are your future plans, Kirubakaran? So we have seen you travel a lot, especially to Thailand. So what is the business over there?
See, future plans as such, I don't have any specific future plans as such. Earlier, if you ask me, I'll always say something 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. But after a lot many travels, after meeting a lot many people, one thing that is totally uncertain in this world is your life. Your life is totally uncertain, right? Anything can go wrong. Anything can change drastically. No matter how much plans that you do, something can always change that plan. So I started living in the moment. I started enjoying that moment. I started giving too much importance to being in now presently. So, but when you do that, it is not that you are completely becoming lazy. So I do have goals with respect to overall my bots. Like I have a platform called Square of Bots, right? So I wanted to promote that algo trading platform in general with respect to Tamil Nadu users, specifically people down south, because since I'm from this place, many people still think that trading is gambling. So when you focus trading completely based on process-oriented approach, definitely that could change their life drastically. That could change their overall trading journey drastically. So with that, these kind of tools could greatly help them. But whether this kind of tool would reach them, that could become number one, that is not in my hand. I just focus on the process. Outcome is not my hand. So that is what I'm currently focusing on. I wanted to educate more and more users with respect to trading. It should be like educate and execute.
Okay.
You first provide the education necessary, and then provide the execution tool. Automatically, people will learn about it and come into it. And when I could see my overall life changed drastically once I moved to rule-based trading from news-based trading.
How?
Definitely, it could help any new traders who are coming into this industry. So my complete focus is to focus on my own personal trading journey, as well as to focus on these kind of platforms, get these platforms to these users so that can transform their overall trading career.
So any plans for prop trading desk, anything like that?
Prop trading, no, I don't have any idea to get into prop trading. I'll be managing my own trading capital, my own trading. I don't want to get into fund management also. I just wanted to create these kind of tools that could help them to execute in a much efficient way. That's all.
So what is the status of your new book?
So the book, whenever I wanted to start a new book, so that is where I'll come to you, where I'll tell my wife that no, I want to write a book. I want to go to some place and explore. I went to Kashmir. I was there for 15 days.
Okay.
But when you're being in South India from here, when you go to Kashmir to a totally different landscape, I was totally in shock looking at those places itself. I was completely from morning till evening, I'll be roaming around. By the time I come back to my hostel, I'll be extremely tired. I've not even completed more than 20 pages. I'll write, and I thought I'll finish this book in this trip. Then I'll say, okay, next trip I'll finish. Next trip I'll go on. Then again I'll explore those places. And so whatever the book that you wanted to write, you would have written it already if you are extremely passionate about it.
True.
So I really love writing, but in order to make that as a book, you have to completely put yourself into it. So if you sit and write, that should come naturally. It should come, flow like a river. When you force yourself to write, I'm not getting that satisfactory, completeness. So the book I've completely, for now I've stopped it. Probably once I get that flow back again, I'll try to resume it, and then I'll try to finish it.
So you forgot to talk about your business in Thailand.
So Thailand, I took in 3 days scuba diving classes there. So we went to Phuket there. So in Phuket, we were there for almost 5 days. So me and one of my friends from Kuwait, and also there are a couple of other nationals from Ireland, Greece, and all other people, they came in. So there is a place called Scuba Deep.
Okay.
So this instructor is from German. So they have come to this place and they'll explain you completely. Even if you do not know about swimming, they completely take care of you. They give you the complete guidance how to use all the equipments and everything.
Okay.
And they take you to some 15 or 20 feet deep. And it will be like altogether into a new space. Like you can't travel to a space.
Okay.
But if you wanted to experience being in space, that kind of experience, you have to go under the ocean. When you go under the ocean, only thing that you will hear is your heartbeat.
Okay.
You will not hear anything, complete zero noise.
Okay.
And the kind of world that you see into the ocean once you do scuba diving, it is extremely, extremely like a soul satisfying moment. So definitely everybody should try at least once. It could be in any destination, but we prefer Phuket because Phuket is less tourism, less crowded, and moreover it is much easier to reach. You would directly reach within 4 hours. So Phuket and Bali, these two places we prefer.
Okay, so now Kirubakaran is a certified scuba diver as well.
No, in order to do a certification, that is again a long process. So I know scuba diving, I'm still at a beginner stage, but I wanted to take that as a serious thing, and I wanted to do a certification on that.
Okay, so we thought you had other ideas. All right. So that's it. So we are towards the end of the podcast. So we are having few rapid fire questions for you, and we want you to answer without thinking. You have to answer it spontaneously.
Okay.
So the first question is, which trader or investor you would like to have a lunch or a dinner?
Jim Simons.
Why?
Because he is a guy who came to trading without knowing anything about trading.
Okay.
But he built a massive hedge fund, which is a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund, completely through data analysis. When fundamental analysis is so famous, when people like Warren Buffett was so famous, this guy who is a code breaker, who is mathematician genius, came into the markets and proved that without looking into charts, with complete data analysis, you can make billions out of it.
Okay.
So Jim Simons is someone who any kind of algo trader will always look up to.
So if you weren't into trading, what profession do you think you would have pursued?
A film industry director.
Wow.
Definitely. I've been watching movies since the age of 3.
Okay.
So I myself forgot how many number of movies that I watched. I have extreme interest in film industry. So definitely I would be in the movie industry. I would have joined as some director. I was studying in Loyola, right? So
Okay.
everybody was talking about movies only. So if not trading, definitely if I have to pursue as a passion, so movies is my passion.
So you are having any story right now?
I have a lot of stories. I can take my own love story as a movie.
Okay. So best trading book you have ever read?
Multiple books are there. But How I Made $2 Million by Nicholas Davos is the first book which I read. It is about a dancer
Yes.
who travels around the world, and with complete rule-based trading, he was able to make millions of dollars in 1960s and 70s itself. So that was the first book which I read. From then onwards, I shifted to rule-based trading.
So favorite destination for trading?
OT, undoubtedly. OT is, I will say, OT is a place where within 10 hours I can drive, and in a year at least I go 6, 7 or 8 times in a year. 6 times at least, with family, with friends, with loyal friends, with college friends, with area friends. So multiple times I've traveled there, and the overall internet connectivity is good there. And I feel that is my second home. So OT is something I would prefer.
So if we want to describe your trading style to a cricketer, which cricketer suits your trading style?
MS Dhoni.
And
Calm,
why?
composed, not aggressive like Virat Kohli.
Okay.
Not just following the process, not focusing on the outcome.
No, probably since you are into algo trading, I think Rahul Dravid should be the right person.
Rahul Dravid is almost defensive in nature, right? I'm not a very defensive player. I'm not a very conservative player. I just don't focus on the outcome. So Dhoni is someone who don't focus on the outcome.
Okay. So the last question is coffee or tea or beer while trading?
Neither of those things. I would prefer scotch anytime than beer.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Gomathi. I hope whatever the journey, whatever the details that I've shared would really help most of the traders. In case if they have any doubts or questions that we have discussed so far, they can always post it in the comment section. I would be happy to reply them in the comment.
All right. That's the end of today's show. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any queries with Kirubakaran Rajendran, then you can post it in the comment section. See you all next time with another good speaker. Until then, stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.